Hey guys, Deathball751 here. I'm just making a video response to for Neverworld's video about the worst Hokage. Now, this video is going to be split up into two parts. The first part's going to be about defending Tobirama. Now, don't get me wrong, I think he's still a big dick and has caused most, if not the whole, conflict that the entire Naruto series has been revolved around, which I'll get into later. But a lot of what Neverworld said was very exaggerated and underscored some of the great things that Tobirama did, and he certainly is not the worst. So part 1 will be defending Tobirama, and then part 2 will actually get to my ranking of the Hokages. Okay? So, Tobirama's been getting a lot of unfair criticism for his being a jerk and racism towards the Uchiha, which I think is well deserved, but it doesn't overshadow all of his great achievements that he did that many people forget about. So I'm kind of going to refute some of Neverworld's things that I think some are completely wrong, and then some are just exaggerated, so I'm going to tone them down a bit. And I'm going to get most of my information from Narutopedia because that's our greatest source and most reliable source of Naruto info. Just so you know, you can find it all there. So the first thing that Neverworld, I don't know if it's the first thing, but one thing that Neverworld says is Tobirama trains Danzo Shimura. Oh yes, Danzo Shimura. I can make a whole video of how evil this guy is and how he's the most evil character in Naruto, and no, he isn't. Okay, Danzo did a lot of things that were on the unethical side to say the least, but they were for the greater good, and he was very patriotic and in the end redeemed himself. So I really wish people would shut up about him. But anyway, that's a side video. But anyway, let's go with what Neverworld was saying. So that Tobirama trained evil Danzo. Therefore, Tobirama is evil and the worst Hokage. First of all, that logic doesn't even make any sense. That's like saying Hiruzen trained Orochimaru, the main antagonist of the original Naruto series. Therefore, Hiruzen is evil and the worst Hokage. No, doesn't make sense. But let's pretend it does. Tobirama also trained Hiruzen, one of the best Hokage, which therefore could make Tobirama one of the best Hokage. By Neverworld's logic, I'm just saying. Next point is, Neverworld mentions that Tobirama created Edo Tensei, which was used by Orochimaru and Kabuto for evil things. Therefore, Tobirama is evil and the worst Hokage. No, again. Tobirama is, first of all, a very powerful shinobi. A lot of people forget that. And powerful shinobi like Naruto, Kakashi, many others, are going to create new jutsu. They're not just going to stay like that because that would make them not powerful. So of course he'd try to create something like Edo Tensei. And Edo Tensei, yes, it's only been used for evil in the manga, but it could be used for good. So I think people's actions with the jutsu do not reflect the original. If they do not reflect the creator's intent, then the creator's innocent. For example, I'll give you an example. Naruto creates Rasengan. Let's say a character in the future learns Rasengan, uses it to kill Kakashi. That character is evil for using Rasengan to kill Kakashi. But does that make Naruto evil for creating Rasengan? Well, he didn't create it, but you know what I mean. No. So, Tobirama created Edo Tensei, which is used for bad things, but he didn't directly use it for bad things. So I think that really has nothing to do with his legacy. Another thing that Neverworld mentions is that the creation of the police corps is completely evil. No, it's not completely good either. It's mixed. Yes, the evil parts, he had ulterior motives to segregate them, put them on the outskirts. He was obviously very racist towards them. But the main purpose, aside from all these ulterior motives, the main purpose was to give them a purpose. To give them a way to serve the village in a great positive way. And they were very elite ninja. very reputable. They had a great reputation. They weren't known as like scumbags or anything. You had that police emblem on your back, and they were mostly Uchiha. Remember, you're known as an elite, honorable ninja. They weren't known as like, oh, some guys who do like D rank missions and things. No, they were like the judicial system according to Narutopedia. They were honorable and elite and just. So Tobirama did not create like these ghettos, even though kind of put that way by Toby. Another thing is, and this is I think the most important thing about Tobirama, is just because he was kind of a dick with some things doesn't mean that he's completely wrong. In the end, what did happen? Madara became evil. And I am confident that if Tobirama hadn't said anything and Madara became first Hokage, Madara still would have become evil. Same with some people are talking about if Orochimaru had just become fourth Hokage, he wouldn't have become evil. I think he still would have. So, I don't think that Tobirama's hateful comments, although they were wrong and a little too extreme, were unjustified, and they ended up coming true. Everything he said came true. So, a lot of people need to remember that. So, cut Tobirama some slack.